We're going to find out a little bit about winter here at the Living Prairie Museum, and specifically what happens to some of the wildlife species that live here. I'm joined by Marika Olenek, who's the curator at the museum. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us. Now, you want to talk butterflies. What do they do during the winter months?
Yeah, that's a question we get a lot of the time, and they actually do a lot of different things. Some of them will actually fly south for the winter, just like most of our bird species do. So the most famous is probably the monarch butterfly. It's going to go all the way to Mexico. Some of them don't go quite as far. Some of these other little guys, like the red admiral butterfly, will fly a little ways south. They're trying to find warmer weather, so it's not as harsh. We get very cold winters here on the prairie, so anything that's going to stick around has to survive. Otherwise, they're going to head south.
And how does a tall grass prairie ecosystem like the one here at Living Prairie Museum benefit the butterflies that do stay?
Yeah, so a lot of them that do stay are either going to winter as usually a little larva, so like a caterpillar, or sometimes even as an egg. And sometimes they're going to need to stay a little bit warmer. So going down close to the soil surface is warmer than out in the air. And they burrow down into the grass, into the leaves, things that are down on the ground to give them that extra insulation. So making sure that we have a lot of dead plants and shelter for them is really important because it keeps them from getting as cold and also protects them from getting trampled or anything else while they're frozen in the wintertime.
And how can people at home, if they do have butterflies, living in their own backyards, how can they help them prepare for winter?
Well, you might have heard of Leave the Leaves or some of these other campaigns. And the idea is by leaving tall dead grass, leaves, even just bundles of sticks and things like that around our yards, we provide those little shelter habitats, not just for butterflies, but for bees and all kinds of other insects that need to survive all through the wintertime.
And most pressing question, your favorite butterfly?
I have a really hard time choosing. I kind of love them all, but I do love the painted lady butterfly. They have this gorgeous color, and the cool thing is the outside of the wings looks like a dead leaf when they're all closed up. So it's also camouflaged when they're hiding in those leaves in the wintertime. So it's really cool.